So now we're going to apply custom textures and maps inside of Adobe Dimension. So to apply custom textures, first of all, I'm going to go around here onto the shape area and bring out a sphere as the shape of my choice so that you can see the differences. Now what I'm going to do is, first of all, I need to apply the material so that I can apply texture in there. So I'm going to go over here onto the material section, and then I'm going to go around and apply a basic matte over here, just like this. So now the base color is over here, as you can see, and the options are available for us to change. But what I'm going to do right now is bring in the texture. So I'm going to go around and switch over to my web browser right here, where I have searched for textures online. So you can search by saying this seamless textures, or in my case, I've searched for seamless metal textures. You can search for seamless textures and you start getting textures like these, which can be repeated and it won't look odd. So you can see that there's different type of textures right here. Let me just bring in this one right over here. So this is one texture I want to use. So just like that, this is the texture I want to use, for example. So what I can do is I can right click on this and I can just save this onto my desktop. So I'm just going to save it onto my desktop right over here. So once I do that, I'm going to just switch back onto my Adobe Dimension window, and over here I'm going to add in that texture. And I'm going to go over here onto the side, and then on the base color right over here, I'm going to go to image. So on the image, I'm going to click on this folder icon, or I can simply drag and drop it by doing this as well, by dragging the file here. But I'm going to go and select the file right over here. And on desktop, I have the metal plane. So let me just open that. And there you go. There's the texture right over here. So what you can do is, this is the custom texture. So you can offset it out. You can repeat. So let's say I want to repeat this 10 times. Then I can do the same, as you can see right over here. So it is repeating 10 times. So what else can you do with the texture is, you can go over here onto the texture. So let me just select this. So what you can do with the texture is, you can go inside onto the metal texture right over here, and then change the offset of it right over here according to what you wish, and get the look you want. You can rotate this around, as you can see, and so forth. So you can repeat this out right over here and so forth. So you can work around with this just like that. But over here now, what else you can also do is, you can bring in custom normal maps. So to understand normal maps, I'm going to remove out the texture completely. So I'm just going to press 0 on both of these, 0 on all of these right over here. I don't want it rotated or anything. I'm just going to delete out the texture entirely, just like that. So now what I'm going to do is, I'm going to bring in the normal map. But our regular images does not work for normal map. So we have to convert our regular images into normal map images and then import that out later on. So I'm going to switch back to my web browser, and here I have opened up a web page called Normal Map Online. So this is an online free to use powerful tool which you can use to create normal maps out of regular images. So just click on the area where you want to bring the image in right over here. I'm going to bring the image right over here. This is the recommended size, but any size actually works out, so no problem. So you can see that this is not the power up to 1, but no problem. It won't be affected. You can see that there's a 3D model right here, and it shows how the normal map will actually act out, and it gives it a detailed 3D look, as you can see. You can choose the strength. You can increase the strength of the normal map from right over here. You can change the level of the normal map, so you can actually change the level right over here. So you can make it inside or outside right over here, as you can see. So let me just change that out right over here, because I like this look right over here. You can blur it out or sharpen it out, as you can see as well. So you can make it blur or sharp. So there's also different filters that you can use. You can use this filter, you can use this out, you can use different type of invert options right over here. And what that does is that it changes out how the object actually looks like, just like that. So you can change out height and everything else right over here. So I like this look right over here. You can see that you can preview this on model, or you can even load an OBJ file. So this is a cool, neat tool to have. So you can preview this in Sphere, and it actually applies everything. So once you're happy with the normal map settings, you can simply download that out right over here. So download that out, and it has been downloaded, as you can see right over here under the download folder. So I'm just going to go back onto Dimension now and then bring in the normal map. So I'm going to press plus, click over here on the folder, and then I have it on my download folder, my normal map right over there, and I have it in here. And this is actually not a texture but a normal map, as you can see right over here. So what I can do now with this is that you don't see much happening. You see like it is like a texture, but if I were to replace it with any color, the map actually stays in. So that is like a bump, some detail that I can add in to add an extra let's say a value right there. So you can go over here and then also do this. So let's go over here and let's change the roughness right here, and you can see that the shininess actually affects it as if there's the bump over here on the spear right over here. So I can affect the roughness, and you can see that the shine actually affects according to the normal map. The metallic look affects according to the normal map right over here, and glow right over there. Everything can be added in. So there's the normal map. So now I'm going to have the base color as well, and I'm going to bring in the main texture as well, just like that. Okay, so the repeat is 0 by 0, so I'm just going to turn it back 1 by 1, and now you can see that it has more of that 3D look to it. So you got like these bumps, little bumps right over here. So what I can also do is I can change the amounts. So I'm going to go onto the spear and click on this icon right over here, and then over here onto the repeat section. Let me just do this. Let me just do 10 by 10 right over here, and you can see that it changes out everything over here. It affects both the normal map and the texture right over here if you were to use the repeat right over here. But if you were to actually go over here onto the color and use the repeat right here like 10 by 10, you can see that it does not affect the normal map, but it only affects the texture, and the normal map stays the same right here, giving it a different look. So if you want to use the repeat, so let me just get this back onto 1 right here. So you can actually use this. Let's use 5 by 5. The normal map also changes right over here. So not 55 but 5 by 5 right over here. Right, there you go. So this gives a better look, as you can see right over there. And now you can apply these kind of materials and have your own normal maps and materials in any models you like. So that's how you bring in custom textures and work around with custom normal maps inside of Adobe Dimension. So hope you guys learned something as always, and as always, please like, comment, share, and subscribe.